Hey there, Scorpio. Welcome to a reading for the week of November 25th. This week, you start with this by the book card and this community card. Community is really important at this time. I mean, it will be for the next 20 years. So there you go. And that notification went off. So we have Pluto in Aquarius. And since you're a fixed sign, just like Aquarius, it's going to benefit you more to kind of like build, if you're thinking about building a community, that would be amazing. It's an amazing time for you to get benefits, any type of benefit you could imagine from your community. So I would highly recommend it. The By the Book card is actually a good card, I feel, for you this week. I kind of feel like it's saying that things are going to go how you think they're going to go for the most part, So, again, it could just be kind of like a more straightforward energy for you this week, which is, of course, a good thing. You have the Two of Cups, the Tower, and the Two of Wands. I don't know. You always get the Tower with me for some reason. I mean, the Tower is your card, Scorpio. So, it's one of your cards, I should say. So, are you really experiencing Tower moments, or is this just your energy? I'm not sure. We'll look into it, but you start with the Two of Cups. Two of Cups can be a perfect match. I do feel like you could be attracting like important people at this time. And again, this doesn't have to be love. I don't think actually it is. It's not really a love reading. I think it's more talking about you connecting to soulmates. And, again, anyone who comes into our life could be a soulmate. Even, I think our like family members are soulmates. Our closest friends are usually soulmates as well. So I kind of feel like you're attracting, like new souls, new soulmates into your life. And these are people that are going to be important to your community, like the people around you. And I think that the important thing with the Two of Cups is that these are going to be people who really support you, who lift you up, who support your ideas and like your vision. And that's what I would focus on with the Two of Cups. Again, you have the Tower. The Tower is your card. So, I mean, like I said, I don't even know how long it's been since you haven't had the Tower in a reading that I've done for you. So, this could be anything. The Tower can also just represent a new reality. I mean, that's really what the Tower does represent. I think that the Tower gets a bad rap, but these people, the story of the card is that they've been ignoring reality, and now they're coming back down to reality. The universe is showing them like what's real and what's not real. And so it's not really a bad thing to see reality for how it actually is. And that could be what's happening for you at this time. Maybe you've been on this long, drawn-out journey of, like, discovering your reality. And maybe that's why you keep getting the Tower, is because sometimes I think, obviously, changes don't happen overnight. And so, this could be a process, more of a process, not so much like saying, oh, you're having a Tower moment. I'm like, what I'm starting to wonder for you is this something that you are just, working through, right? And I hope that makes sense with the Tower. You have the Two of Wands. One thing about the Two of Wands with the Tower is that he kind of needs to have a Tower moment, in the sense that he needs to, kind of expand his horizons. He's holding the world in his hands, but he's looking out here. He's like looking at the world in front of him. He's not looking right here at the world that is in his hands. And then you go up to the world, to the Six of Wands. So it's almost like saying, the Two of Wands really says that he needs to take the lead, and he needs to leave his comfort zone and get out into the world so that he can have new experiences. And, really normally we don't know what this leads to, but in this case, we have the Six of Wands. So like you exploring new ideas, leaving comfort zones, exploring new people, places, and things will probably lead to success or victory with that Six of Wands. This also kind of reminds me of the energy of, if something isn't working in your life, could be anything. The Two of Wands kind of says that looking for, getting out into the world and learning new things is the solution. So, I think that if you're looking for a solution to a problem, I would go explore for solutions. With the Two of Cups, you have the Knight of Pentacles. Knight of Pentacles is like slow progress. If you are meeting a person, it could move a little bit more slowly than you normally are used to. But I don't think this is a bad thing. We have a bunch of retrogrades at the end of the year here. And, again, I'm a big fan of dating during retrogrades, because if someone's going to make a mistake, they're going to make it right away. And so then you don't have to wait to find out like a year down the road that they're a bozo. You can figure it out right away. So I encourage people to date. And, again, if it's a good person that you're meant to be with, it's not like the retrograde is going to make it so that you can't be with the person. With the Tower, you have the Ten of Swords. This is something you've been dealing with, though, for a long time. I feel that for some of you, this is like an issue that you've been dealing with for a long time, or something that has been a burden on your life. Like, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. It kind of gives me the feelings of like frustration, or, like getting close to making something work in your life and it doesn't. For a lot of you, I feel this could be job frustration as well. It's like you're very close to breaking free from something. Like, let's say you have a job and a side hustle here, Scorpio. It's like you're very close to breaking free from the job, and it's like you get close, but it's like you're not quite there yet. And, I feel like that's where this frustration could be coming from with the Tower and the Ten of Swords. I would actually say that in this situation, the Ten of Swords might be good news, because Ten of Swords is the death of a situation, and or the ending of something. So it's almost like this could be coming to an end. Maybe we'll get lucky and next week the Tower won't show up. This is definitely a process. It's definitely something you've been working through. I think there are highs and lows. It's definitely a freaking roller coaster in your life that you have been experiencing. I would say probably since the beginning of the year, or I think this is something you've been dealing with for a while. With the Two of Wands, there you go. You have the Star, which is great. Having the Star after the Tower is exactly what we want. The Star is literally healing from a Tower moment. In the Major Arcana, we go from the Tower to the Star. So I feel for a lot of you that this could be like blessings or healing coming in after a difficult period of time, or after you have experienced a Tower moment. So this could be a good thing. The Star, I also kind of feel, is guidance. The Star, when you think about it, is like, this is a North Star. She needs to focus on that one star in the middle. And, there are all the 7 stars around it. And this isn't really accurate tarot, but sometimes I feel that those 7 stars might be like little distractions that are popping up around the main thing that she needs to focus on, that one star. And I've been saying for years now, like at least 2 years, that with Pluto going into Aquarius, it is in Aquarius today on the 18th to stay for 19 years and something months. And what I would say is that Pluto in Aquarius is all about having a North Star, having that one big thing that you want to accomplish in your life. And again, I think spiritually, it's probably one of the best things we can do over the next 20 years is like pick something and accomplish it, whatever it is. It doesn't matter how big or small it is either. I would just like pick one thing and make it happen. And again, people always come at me for saying 20 years, but it's in the astrology. This is not a 20-year prediction. Pluto will be in Aquarius for almost 20 years, and this is what you'll be dealing with. So sorry if you don't want to work on it for 20 years. You have no choice, right? Well, actually, you do. You can do nothing, and then nothing will happen in your life. But, I think there's a better option. Next, in the area of what's coming in for you at this time, you have this Minotaur. It says conflict, puzzle solving, and solar energy. You have this Cassowary. It says resolute, warrior spirit, and defense. So, this could also be a person that you've been dealing with that has been causing problems at like work or in business. And I think this is about kind of like defending yourself or putting up boundaries in the right way. You're going to overcome whatever this is. You have the Six of Wands, and, on the Six of Wands, there's a person in the background who's meant to look jealous. So, there could be a person that you're dealing with that's actually jealous of you, and that's why you're dealing with a problem. And I feel this is saying, like, set healthy boundaries in that situation. You have 2 cards here. You have the Ten of Pentacles, the Queen of Swords, the World, and the Ace of Pentacles, which is amazing. The Queen of Swords kind of says you're clear for the first time. She has clouds only halfway up her body. And then you have the Ten of Pentacles. And the Ten of Pentacles is your ultimate vision for your life. Ten of Pentacles is everything you want and desire in your life. It's building and leaving a legacy. Now, I don't think we ever truly get everything we want and desire, but I always say that I think the best thing people can do right now is try to get everything you want and desire, because, again, even though we probably never really do get everything we want and desire, I think it would defeat the purpose of life in the first place if we did. But the whole point is that trying to do this and working towards building this type of life will make your life better. So, again, I would definitely say that if there's some sort of vision that you have that you want to create for yourself, I would at least try to work towards it. You have the World card. The World is an accomplishment. I really feel this is talking about looking for unusual solutions or different solutions to things that you're dealing with. But again, you have to explore. Something happened to me years ago And I read this book, I don't even remember what book, but since then I've read so many books that have like negative reviews on Amazon, of course. And people like, if you read the reviews, someone will be like, oh, on page 67 they forgot a comma, so I'm going to give it 1 star. And like, that's why it has negative reviews, right? And but there was a book I read, and it like really, the ideas in the book, like, yes, it was a poorly written book, but the ideas in the book really changed my business for like significantly. And so ever since then, I've really kept an open mind on like information I receive, even if it's like information from like a person I don't like, or if I disagree, I always try things. And I feel like that's what the world card is saying. It's like saying, you, with the Two of Wands especially, you have to go on this journey and experience variety. Two of Wands is my card. Two of Wands and Seven of Cups really are my cards of that say variety is a spice of life. And it's like sometimes we just have to try things that we don't think will work, or we have to try things that we're not sure if they're going to work, because you never know, right? And I feel the Two of Wands is just saying, or sorry, the Two of Wands and the world are saying, just stay open to things, even if they don't seem right. And again, you don't have to like overly commit to anything. You don't have to, make something, you don't have to do something forever. But I think trying things is what the world is talking about. And that's not what the world represents, but I read intuitively, and that's what I'm getting. You have the Ace of Pentacles. Ace of Pentacles is like a big opportunity coming in for you. Again, I do feel some of you are definitely escaping a work situation, or, something where work has been an issue, and this could be a new opportunity that gets you away from it. So I think that could be good. For others, if you're already working on a new opportunity, I think this could be, more growth and success coming in. With the Queen of Swords and the Ten of Pentacles, you have the Death card, which is your other card in the Major Arcana. So the Death card, whenever you show up as yourself, it kind of puts you in a position of power and strength in the reading. I feel like the Death card is saying you're ready for change, like that you're ready to make a change, you're ready for things to be different. With the World, you have the Two of Wands. Can't make that up. I definitely knew that those two cards were connected. I mean, it's pretty obvious because he's holding on to a World card, or holding on to the World, but I think this is just confirmation for the message that you have to get out into the world. With the Ace of Pentacles, you have the Page of Swords. Yes, be curious, right? It's like, just being curious and being open to different ways of doing things is going to be important. I always say, like, on this channel, I do so many things that the YouTube experts say don't work, right? But works for me because I'm curious, because I just try things and I see what happens. And like, yes, I make plenty of mistakes. You see them all. Just look at the channel. There are plenty of, mistake videos. There are plenty of things that I've done that haven't worked. So, again, you just have to be willing to be messy with the Page of Swords, and, allow your curiosity to guide you. Next in the area, messages from your future self. You have this card. It says a new start is coming. There you go. You have this card that says your commitment is being tested. I feel like your commitment has been tested. It's like, again, especially I have like a side hustle popping into my head. So if you have a YouTube channel, or if you have like some sort of side hustle that you do, I feel this is definitely saying like, don't give up on what you're doing. I think that I've titled your past couple readings have been all about like needing to not give up on something, because I feel like the universe is like trying to see if you really want it. And luckily you have the Six of Wands, which, of course, is going to be a good thing. The Six of Wands says that you are going to be victorious, and so I would keep going. I also feel like you need to realize that, like, someone is jealous of you here. This person is jealous. I don't really do drama tarot, obviously. I just think that really our lives probably aren't filled with all the drama that some people make it seem like they are. And like, we aren't that important, right? But I definitely feel it on this Six of Wands, that there could be a person who is like jealous of you, and maybe you're taking it the wrong way. Like, maybe you're taking it like they're criticizing you or whatever, and they probably are. But I think you need to realize they're jealous. It's not like it's not like a real criticism, especially if this is like a boss or something like that. I actually feel like you're doing better than you think, because this person is just jealous of what you're able to accomplish. And so I think you need to keep that in mind. I also feel that there is like a breakthrough coming in for you in work. You have the Moon. The Moon can represent a period of fears, fantasies, illusions, not seeing things clearly. The Moon would also represent that card that says your commitment is being tested. the moon is the fool's commitment to his journey. The moon is part of the fool's journey. He has to go from here all the way down to these mountains. And the whole point of the moon is that he has to get to those mountains without knowing what he is doing is working or not. So, that is the whole point of the moon on the fool's journey, is that he has gotten to a point where the universe is trying to teach him how to trust himself. And I think that's what's probably been happening with the tower, all this stuff coming up here. It's like the universe has been teaching you to trust yourself, not other people, and not even, you probably haven't been getting very much feedback from the universe, because the universe is saying like, no, if you want something, then you have to go for it and not stop, right? We have these two pillars on the moon. And those two pillars are a warning to the fool. They say, do not get distracted, right before the finish line. Those two pillars are a distraction to the fool. And sometimes when we're working towards something, like a goal, wish, or dream, we can get very close, and then we get distracted and we go and do something else. So the moon reminds us to see something through all the way to the end. It says you're very close to the end of your journey. Don't stop now. And I feel like that's what the moon is really talking about. You have two cards again. You have the Seven of Cups and you have the Five of Pentacles. We were talking about how the Seven of Cups also represents, variety being the spice of life. The Five of Pentacles is kind of like a card of putting yourself down sometimes. It can say, I always say the solution to the Five of Pentacles is do not call attention to your weaknesses. You need to focus and double down on your strengths. And that's what I would do here with these cards, is I would make sure that you're not letting someone else's words make you feel weak or like you can't do something because you can. With the Six of Wands, you have the Six of Wands. So definitely a big victory coming in for you, or some sort of big win. With the with the moon, you have the sun, which is amazing. I like readings that go from the moon to the sun. I do not like readings that go from the sun to the moon. But in this case, this would say that, again, you are very close to your goal. The moon comes up, the moon goes down, the sun comes up. And again, the whole point of the moon if we follow the fool's journey, too many double O words going on here. I can't make that work in my brain, right, Scorpio? But what I would say here is that he needs to realize that he just needs to see something through to the end, and that the sun will come up. He will get the clarity he's searching for, and I feel like you're going to get the clarity you're looking for. With the Five of Pentacles, you have the Hierophant. Again, the Hierophant can represent traditional belief. I think there's a need for fixed signs to work on outside-the-box thinking. Again, I think Pluto and Aquarius will be teaching Scorpio outside-the-box thinking, even though Aquarius is also a fixed sign. And so I think that, any innovative ideas, any unique ideas, any different ways of doing things is going to be very good for you. Next, in the area of the good stuff, you have the Spiritual Transformation card and this Enlightenment card. Those two cards kind of represent the same thing. Spiritual transformation could be an enlightenment. So it's like you're becoming enlightened to the journey that you're on and like why you're on it in the first place. So I think this is good. You have the Knight of Wands, the King of Cups, and the Seven of Pentacles. The Knight of Wands is the journey. The Knight of Wands, he is the adventurer in the tarot, and he's willing to be spontaneous. If one thing doesn't work, he's willing to try something else. And the whole entire reading is saying that you need to get messy. Like I said, you need to be willing to make mistakes, and he is. He's willing to look like a fool. And I think that being in that energy will be very good for you. You have the King of Cups. The King of Cups is about your attachment to your emotions. So I think for a lot of you that the King of Cups is saying that you have done some emotional healing. He's sitting in the middle of the ocean. He has explored his emotions to a very deep level. And because of that, he's sitting in these choppy waters, but he's perfectly fine because he has explored his emotions to the deepest level, and he understands how to control his emotions now. And so I think a lot of you are kind of like have learned to control your emotions. You have the Seven of Pentacles. Seven of Pentacles, and the good stuff would be a positive change. I do feel that there is a positive change with your finances kind of going on here as well. With the Knight of Wands, you have the Ace of Swords, a victory. So we know that there's going to be a victory here if you don't give up. So definitely don't give up here, Scorpio. Keep pushing. With those two cards. And the Ace of Swords is also the truth. So the Ace of Swords is like having a laser-like focus, being focused on your truth, like one thing, like the Star card, and making it happen. And that's what I feel like you need to do here. With the King of Cups, you have the Two of Cups. Oh yeah, I was gonna say I thought you had the two of Cups twice, and you do. So not really a love reading. I think that maybe this is like a lot of development that's going on in your reading, personal development, and so maybe it's not your like focus, and that's why it's not really coming up. But there is love here, so if you want love, there definitely could be a perfect match. With the Seven of Pentacles, you have the Ten of Cups. Ten of Cups is like fortune after difficulty, which is what I feel like it's saying in your reading. I feel it's saying that you are, you are improving your fortunes, or your, things are just getting better. You have this horseshoe card. It says good luck on it, so definitely could be luck. The Knight of Wands in the good stuff could be very lucky. It could be like that dumb luck type of energy where it's like you try something new in your life and it works. So I definitely would encourage you to try new things. You have this purse card, says pay attention to your finances. I think your finances are improving, so I think things are probably getting better. You have this parrot. It says someone will gossip about you and all your secrets. Six of Wands, for sure. Mars retrograde, at the end of the year, Mars retrograde is notorious for gossip, so I would just avoid it and ignore it at all cost. Again, if you try to defend yourself during Mars retrograde, you always look guilty, so, I would just ignore it, and if you just ignore it, you won't look guilty. You have this hand. It says in need of help, assistance, or guidance. We have that community card. Definitely an important time for you to ask for help, which might be hard for you. I don't know. But if it is, I would say ask for help. You have this flag. It says don't be tempted to lower your standards. Six of Wands. Six of Wands says you are meant to sit on that high horse. He is sitting on his high horse here because he has earned it. Being on your high horse is only a problem if you can't back up what you say, right? That's why we say, oh, that person is on their high horse. But usually we only say that if the person can't back it up. But if you can back up the goods here, Scorpio, then it's not really a problem. But this is one heck of a reading here, Scorpio. I like it. So thank you for being here, and definitely enjoy your week.